let's continue climbing the tower. And sure, those actually don't hit you. Probably worth doing. 23rd place, Thoron, Conveyor Mayhem. Score 33.6, 41, 34, 29, 30, 34. 2 energy elements, and again, 5 noble nickels. Well, I knew we were going to be collecting a whole lot of noble nickels when given the introduction to the tier, where it said there were a whole bunch of them. Transmission from Dr. Light. Mega Man, I've detected 2 Robot Master signatures from this robotics factory. If you can defeat them, we'll be able to shut down this place and cripple Dr. Wily's current schemes of world domination. Be warned, this place is full of conveyor belts. You'll need to make your way through this base at least twice in order to reach both masters. Transmission from Dr. Light. I've also attached an experimental modification to your body armour which reduces the damage you take from spikes by about 75%. Unfortunately, it's rather unstable, so it will only last for the duration of this mission. It also won't protect you from the various pits of molten metal. Unfortunately, Rush was also damaged during Wily's last onslaught, so you'll need to rely on your other utilities like the wire adapter. For that matter, why aren't you using the wire adapter more? So yeah, we can just pause the menu there just to show off that Rush Core and Rush Jet are indeed disabled, so yeah, if we're going to have to traverse through a level, we're going to have to do it using, yeah, probably mainly wire adapter, super arrow, although Saga Kane and probably even the wheel cutter, Nitro Man's weapon, are going to come in handy. I want that bolt actually, what am I doing? But yeah, here is a nice kind of stage gimmick that I think actually suits the level really nicely. We're going to be seeing it an awful lot. I guess one thing I'm going to say right off the bat though is this level is freaking long and outstays its welcome by the end, by quite a distance. Not least because there are 2 energy elements that we're going to have to collect, but yeah, this level is long, confusing, paths wrap around, and it can be a bugger to remember where you've gone and where you actually need to go in order to collect everything that you need to get. But, oh well. We'll do it. We'll do it. It'll be slow going, but we'll do it. Okay, wheel cutter. And immediately right off the bat now, I'm wondering whether I should be going up or down. I think I'll go up. We will of course see what's down at a later point in time. That was just awful. Oh, okay. Not appreciating or just forgetting how those enemies work. Fine, okay. So you actually need to hit the sort of the very top or the very bottom of them, I'm guessing then? Yeah, we'll see them again later and they'll be right in the way, don't you worry. Directions: down, mini-boss, right, detour. P.S. Did you find the alternate route? No, not yet, and I'm guessing that's probably the down route. I guess we'll head right then. We'll maybe try and stick to the upper paths where possible on a first playthrough, just so I can hopefully remember that I have indeed, played the upper paths, and just gives me, hopefully a better chance of remembering where I've been and where I haven't. That was, well, I don't want to say lucky, but felt like it was way too much of a blind drop there than it should have been. But yeah, of course, it's very nice as well that the I'm sure I'll be demonstrating at some point, although not deliberately, just ultimately as a point of clumsiness or something, that the spikes here are not. Well, this way's another nickel. Nice. Are not insta death, and now you just take damage from them. But because yeah, the spikes in this stage are plentiful. Let's just say that. So yeah, it's nice that they couldn't kill you in one hit. This level would be quite unbearable if spikes killed you. Okay, so there's a big telly sub-boss there, which does change. It sort of spawns in, or seems to be alternate low, high. It has different moves where it sort of drops. Sometimes it seems to drop the pellets. The fire. Not over to the edge, so if you sort of stand on the edge of the screen, then you'll be out of its range, but sometimes, maybe it's due to the speed it's moving, it drops a lot more of them, so it'll catch you out. He also went at the top there, started to throw out, which caught me off guard, 3 fireballs, sort of, arcing downwards rather than just vertically downwards in a straight line, so that caught me off guard. But yeah, it's not too bad, and I don't think he has massive invincibility frames or anything like that. So yeah, can I? I was wondering what was actually doing damage there, or what the sort of this noise is. Oh, it's that fireball landing on the floor. Okay, fine. We'll take out the left one first, because that's probably the more annoying of the two, I would imagine. We'll get the bolt, why not? I think you can kill these enemies with probably some sort of weapon, but they do seem to obviously like turn round when face Mega Man, and obviously with the shield out, it's very difficult to attack them. But I think with certain weapons that would sort of bypass that or enable you to attack from different directions, you can actually still kill them. But for the most part, I'll just stick to avoiding them. And okay, spike mazes on ladders. I pressed the wrong button. Or I held up there. I wanted to jump off this ladder, but I didn't. There we go. Let's wait for that to sync up a bit better. They don't sync up very nicely. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, actually, Mega Buster can do damage as well then. Must have positioned that shot quite nicely then. Okay, that's not syncing up very nicely, so we might be here for a little bit. Oh no. Of course, the ladders do move at different speeds and such like that as well, so things should sync up at some point in time. He says, hoping that this syncs up this time. Yes. I don't think there was a noble nickel up there. If there was, that's going to be irritating. There's one that I've missed, I think, unless I can get at it from the other side. So I can't actually remember, other than sort of brute force, actually, how I'm going to go about getting that. But, oh well. Yeah, we're going to ride this platform over this way first off. Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully there's a ladder there that times out, otherwise that would have been irritating. And that was bad. Probably going to spawn back on screen now as well. Okay, that platform bounces back, I'm hoping, every time. Good. Hopefully we can grab the ladder this time. Yep. That's an annoyingly short ladder for dealing with this in this section. Or maybe this is how we're going to get that noble nickel from the other side. This might actually turn out to be okay, because we're back now on the the upper screen. You do go all the way, but now I can get on this conveyor belt. Wow, you're being generous with the extra lives, or in this game, the full health. Did not even see that. Right. Watch out for the giant crusher, or metal press, or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I have come round the quote unquote right way. I think you can brute force your way through that shield attacker, but yeah, I think the way I've done it is obviously the way it's intended. You're supposed to do it, where you obviously loop round and come at it from the other side. But yeah, I believe you're able to actually brute force your way through if you so the shield attacker if you so wish. So is that 2 noble nickels or 3? I forget. I guess we'll find out when the level ends. And there was one over here that we saw, which I'll definitely be getting now, or trying to anyway, at least. I think the other thing to bear in mind as well is you can sort of play around a little bit with the obviously the fact that the spikes don't insta-kill you, so you can yeah. Because they don't insta-kill you, you can like step on them, or for instance here, what I probably could do, just out of sheer curiosity, that was appallingly timed with the ladder, but you kind of see that I actually landed on the spikes, took damage, but I went to grab the health, and the health actually refilled me. So yeah, the fact that the spikes don't kill me there was yeah, appallingly timed with the ladder, by the way, because I was hoping to grab back this ladder, but yeah, with the health there, you can sort of play around and do things like that as well. Anyway, I think we're at the end of one path now. I think. And I think I've got 3 noble nickels. Napalm Man, I've been expecting you, Mega Man. Since my last defeat, Dr. Wily has been implementing some modifications to improve my combat abilities. I wasn't in commission when you decided to wreck my new base of operations, so prepare to meet your end here and now, Mega Man. Okay then. He works largely very similar to his original fight, except he now has, rather than the 3 pellet shots, he now does the 3, this sort of 3 fire attack. But I think he seems to always do 2 sets of the regular napalm bomb and then this attack, and I've probably put myself in a terrible position there. But yeah, he's not so hard. He's not that difficult. He works very similar to the original fight. So if you're familiar with Napalm Man, then yeah, this shouldn't be too much of a hassle for you. Okay, and I can't actually exit, so I'll exit through the other end of the boss gate. So yeah. Anyway, that's our first exit. I don't know whether the Noble Nickels are on the other path I haven't gone, so yeah, that's going to be a hell of a thing. But yeah, obviously, time for a second playthrough. We have to find the other energy element, and hopefully the Noble Nickels are on that path as well. Although I'm slightly nervous because I think what I might do actually is go up again here rather than down at the first branching path opportunity, because there was another branching path opportunity on that upper path that I want to take, and just make sure, see whether that's anything. If it's not, I can exit the stage and start again fairly quickly. But if it is, then yeah, again, I'm sort of just going in an order that I can properly keep track of where I've been and where I haven't been. Ah! Okay, well, that went a lot smoother than it did last time. Right, here we are back in the screen, I think, that is going to diverge. Or split, sorry. Let's get rid of those first before trying to do anything else. Right, so yeah, we will go up again. And I'll head down this time rather than to the right. We actually didn't get to see that enemy again, did we, yet? But it will show up on the screen again, I promise you. Just not on the path that I obviously took first off. Right, yeah, so let's see what's down here this time. Oh. Alright, well I'll beat this, and then we'll see if I end up in the area I was just in again. If so, then I'll restart and we'll go the other way. That'll be kind of disappointing if all I've done basically here is... Okay, so all I did by going right or by going down was just bypassing that entire section on the right-hand side. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's another Noble Nickel on this path. I really hope there isn't. There was one area that made me kind of think that they might have continued the path on, but I'm not quite sure. So let's leave that there. And we'll go the other path this time. If I can't find both Noble Nickels on the path I'm going now, then I'll cut and obviously try and find out where the other Noble Nickel is. It is confusing this stage in terms of, or to me at least anyway, you know. Not necessarily where you've been, maybe where you haven't been. I might have been a bit harsh there at the beginning when I said something along those lines, but I did not want to grab that. But yeah, it's a bloody big area. let's just say that. As you saw there, I'd obviously had no appreciation that ultimately going, that going down in that area would not put me anywhere that I hadn't already seen. So yeah, I thought I was like gonna. Oh, let's go down. Let's do a new branching path. But it was ultimately just the same as I'd previously been. All I did was probably just see a couple of new areas and probably get a Noble Nickel or two, I guess. But yeah, all I did was that second go was effectively take a shortcut back to where I was previously. So yeah, this time once we get over on the right-hand side, we will head downwards. Get rid of that just in case you can shoot downwards. You probably can. Diagonally down, so yeah. Okay. Noble Nickel, nice. I feel like there's something over the right-hand side, but let's maybe have a look at that. Provided we don't have to wait an eon for this ladder to come back. If indeed it's going to come back at all. Thank you. Obviously we could slash claw through that block over there, but I don't know whether that's a secret exit or nothing through there or what. Okay, there actually isn't anything there. Okay, there was nothing on the right hand side. Fine, okay, so I'm assuming that is exactly where I need to go then. Well, sorry for that time waster. Right. Oh! And sorry for that time waster as well. Checkpoint round about there would be lovely. Ding it. And not too far back, admittedly, but, well, I'm sure you all know what happened there. Or I will, yeah. In case you didn't twig what happened there, yet again, slid when I didn't want to. And, yeah, on a conveyor belt with pits overhead, and actually, do I even need to do any of that? I did not want to slide there. Wow, seriously. I cannot stress enough. It is actually starting to get to the point where I'm really starting to get pissed off with that. It's not the level's fault by any stretch of the imagination or anything like that. But I'm honestly getting pissed off by how freaking often. I wonder if I can just, yeah, fine, do that, and we'll save having to trek all the way down there normally as a shortcut. But God, it's causing so many frigging unnecessary and clumsy deaths. It's so annoying. I don't feel like I can stop doing it. But oh, good grief, it's annoying. Okay, so there was no necessarily real advantage to going the upper route there as opposed to the lower route. Quickman-esque metal press crusher segment here, which is an interesting take on it, or interesting variation on it. I don't need that, do I? But I am going to get in the middle and hopefully go down quickly so we don't have to deal with all that. And then, really? What a frigging caterpillar enemy with the seriously, the bomb. Okay, the bombs hitbox on those things is enormous and needs to be tweaked somehow or something. I don't know. But yeah, we're basically combining one of my most hated enemies, the caterpillar, with this crusher that kind of keeps coming at us. Well, I don't mind the crusher so much, but for goodness sake. Alright, we'll take that out before trying to read that then. Fine. Directions. Left, prototype Robot Master. Right, upgraded Robot Master. I don't know where the Noble Nickel is. I feel like actually going to the left is just going to actually just take us straight to a boss. But this way might put us to a Noble Nickel. It does indeed take us to a Noble Nickel. Okay, good. So we'll go this way then. Nice. And that was pretty nice as well. Of course, we're going to have to go... yeah, I'm pretty sure I might perhaps show that off, which means I'll do that sort of... I won't make you sit and watch getting up to this point again, but I think maybe the path on the left there actually just takes us straight to the next bot, or to the boss, whereas this way obviously takes us through a platforming section as well. So I don't think we're really going to miss too much by... Wow. Oh, come on! By not going the other way, but I will show that off, but I won't. Yeah, I won't make you watch me do the whole bloody level up to that point in time. And I'm close to dying here as well. I could do with something dropping some health, but there are no enemies around, and I'm pretty sure one more drop on a spike will kill me. Okay, that's just not synced up nicely at all. If this one isn't either, I'm going to use Super Arrow. God, this screen is long. And annoying. Seriously? Please tell me there's a checkpoint there. presumably probably at the boss choice thing. Okay. I wonder whether I could go this way and die. Oh, we've actually got level over here as well. Okay. Well, all right then. Let's show this off. But I might. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm in two minds as to whether to just clear this area now. And obviously, the noble nickel is the key thing. I'm now not going to get. Whether to just clear this area or show it off and then go back and do the other area with the noble nickel because I know it's there. It's a kind of a neat section actually. Kind of like that. So yeah, I don't think there is. I'll probably get an energy element going this way, but yeah, obviously no noble nickel. So I'm definitely gonna have to come back to this stage again. That's quite fun. I quite like that. Okay, nice fake out there. Yeah, all right, fine. I'll take him out, and then I'll cut to when I get back to the next to the path again. Crusher Joe. My name is Crusher Joe. I am the prototype of the future Robot Master Crusher Man. My imperative is to eliminate you. And yeah, it's a reasonably kind of obvious enemy in terms of his moveset, but he does seem to get faster as time goes on. Particularly, well, not only his movements across the screen, but also I think the Crusher as well. And it can be can start to get a right raw pain in the neck to avoid. For the missiles, I guess just try and take them out as quick as possible. The fact that they can drop health and indeed an extra life is fantastic. But yeah, that Crusher does seem to come back sort of quicker, so you do have to be on the guard for that. And because he moves quicker as well, so now into like probably his final phase, where he's like super quick, you don't get a lot of time to turn around and hit him, because of course he's moving faster and yeah, he's got the Crusher blocker in the way, blocking your shots. So yeah. He's not too bad of a fight, though. I don't have too many problems with him, particularly since the missiles and such like that can drop health, or indeed extra lives, which refill all my health. So that's really, really nice. But anyway, yeah, 2 energy elements. So I've completed both paths, but yeah, I'll cut to the point now. I cut to the point where I get to the final, the last path, which I got half the way along before screwing up horribly on. Hopefully, we'll get the last noble nickel, and then we can put this level to bed. Okay, back here again, and yeah, let's pick that up, and let's just read this one more time. So directions: left, prototype Robot Master; right, upgrade Robot Master. So it looks like we might actually have a potentially slightly another boss fight this way, and potentially a more difficult one. And why is that thing firing at me? That's as hectic as that is. That feels incredibly nice to pull off. It's just those slides away from that thing. Really nice to pull off. So yeah, the problem is we're going further and further away from the bloody noble nickel. It's like at the bottom left, and we're sort of aiming here, or we're going here top right. So yeah, I feel like we're going further and further away from the noble nickel. Right, I have to do much, much better here. And what? Okay. I think that's a bit, nah, frankly, that connects there. Wow, I haven't got the hang of this at all. Okay, so that's the boss gate. Stand on the left-hand side of this thing so I don't run into the spikes. So yeah, we want to go left toward the noble nickel. And wait for those platforms to sync up nicely. Thank you. And not fall off the ladder. Oh, come on! What? Oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I? No, I'm not gonna die. Thank goodness. And if this was to take me all the way to the boss, that would be lovely as well. It's not going to take me all the way to the boss, so I have got to make my way back. Oh well. But, okay, those things... Are going to loop... When they loop round, they're going to make me not... they're going to send me back, so I need to jump off one onto the other one. And that's terribly synced up. So that. Hopefully one more pass should do it though. Right, and remember there was an enemy over there that I need to kill. Okay, cool, right. Well, technically this is an upgraded one. Well, now I've got almost full health back. I might have a fighting chance on this, but yeah. Got the last noble nickel, great. Let's go and see if this is indeed an upgraded version. No. It's just Napalm Man again. Okay. Alright then, well let's just take you out again then. Why the hell not? No real need to. But why not? Okay, so he actually shot more of the he shot more of the fire there, and he's now seems to be shooting more napalm bombs as well. So maybe he does, yeah, shoots more of the projectiles as his health decreases. I don't think that wasn't an upgraded version of Napalm Man, as far as I can tell. I think he did that actually before. I just didn't comment on it, but yeah, it actually looks like he shoots out more napalm bombs, or indeed those fire bomb things. The more damage is taken. So okay, anyway, yeah, level's done. I feel like it's a bit too long for its own good, to be honest. I feel like we're probably approaching about half an hour now on just this one, maybe just this one stage, I think. Yeah, it's got some neat ideas. I do like the ladder kind of gimmick, which is on the ladder on the tracks as opposed to the Gutsman platforms. It's a nice kind of alternate take on how that usually works. And so wholly appropriate that the spike thing is a damage thing rather than insta kill. That would make that level incredibly tedious, incredibly annoying. So I'm glad that's kind of put in. But I don't know, those sections with the giant rooms with the ladders and the Gutsman platforms and whatnot, and all the spikes just seem feel a bit samey, and B sort of feel like they go on way too long. So yeah, I guess that would be my sort of criticism of the stage. The boss fights are fine. I enjoy Napalm Man. I don't have too much of a problem with Crusher Joe. The mid-bosses, funnily enough, the second cat, by the way, that caterpillar, giant caterpillar one, I actually think I did taking no damage on that second time getting to it, to get to the last noble nickel. I didn't record it, but go figure. Yeah, that one I think I did no damage. Lovely. And the giant telly are probably, I don't know, not a huge fan of, because particularly maybe the giant telly more so, because I think trying to avoid all the fireballs that thing does could be a hell of a chore. But no, overall decent, but by the end of the day, by the end, I feel kind of worn out. I feel like it's kind of overstayed its welcome. I feel like the level's gone on too long, and yeah, it could have been the open areas in particular just feel too open and too long. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. This is a really cool level. I love how the enemy gimmicks are like modifications of existing engine assets. Moving ladders on rails instead of moving platforms on rails. Guts lists when only activate when you touch them. A bunch of fire-themed versions of enemies. Sideways crushers. It's all really cool. I love it. I love the open rooms. They feel like a lot of fun to get through, though I do sometimes have lag issues and the scrolling is a teensy bit janky. Levels a bunch of alternate paths stuff I like, and I like it a lot because it allows to expand on each of the gimmicks but not have any one playthrough the level be terribly long. I wouldn't call any gimmick in this level underused. They're all introduced, used in more difficult situations, combined for a very interesting experience. I really like how the sideways crushers and the moving ladders were combined. Honestly, I like the moving ladders in general. They're used really well, and the super fast ones are hilarious. The modification of existing stuff theme also carries into the mini bosses with a giant fire negatelli and a really dumb looking, in a good way, giant caterpillar with a crusher and a small cannon on top. Both of them are pretty fun, though I think it's too easy for the negatelli to corner you, and I think the crusher shooting out for the other mini boss could use more telegraphing. Napalm Man fight is cool and a funny reference to Magma 1, though. I'm not a huge fan of the other boss, mostly because he has his shield up in front of him. There's a small hitbox you can actually hit him in. I don't think his attacks are well telegraphed, so it takes some trial and error to actually get the boss down. But overall, this level is super fun, and I just really love how it plays. This level was huge, with 3 possible routes and took me about 40 minutes to fully beat. It was so much fun at first. I really like the custom assets used, especially the moving ladders. However, some of them seem to have no real use besides being an annoyance. Spike cannon. The cannon mini-boss is completely skippable, not sure if that's intentional or not. The Crusher Joe battle was pretty hectic, and toward the end he started to move way too fast. The upgrade Napalm Man was pretty cool. Also, the noble nickels are insanely hard to get. You really went all out with the moving ladders. A very open level, it's so open I even get lost a few times. I like how this level spreads out into different paths, each leading to a reward or a goal. The execution on this, however, I have to question. The result of the abundance of paths, there are some nickels that aren't really worth the effort. I'm a big fan of the flavour text on the bosses, especially the text that happens when the player dies. Okay, sorry you didn't get to see that. Or am I? I'm not. Maybe I'm not sorry. I encountered some glitches in this level too, unfortunately. A pit of lava led me into nothing and a skippable mini-boss. The more straightforward sections of the level I found really fun to play through, but the more open sections were often really stressful and finicky when trying to platform around between spikes and lava. The biggest problem with this stage is the mediocre level design. Most of it is filled with enemies that are very hard to avoid and require precise timing or patience. Also, there are many cases where you have to make extremely precise jumps from platform to platform. Additionally, this level has many minor bugs and oversights. Putting that aside, I've still mostly had fun with this level, and I really like the ideas used in the stage. The most lacking quality was the aesthetics, as that the stage was ugly. There were several graphical glitches. This combination has led to you losing a score on both aesthetics and or also docking your functionality score, because it's clear these are custom asset programming issues. Some of this was 6 post-judging, and the resized graphics were, quite frankly, hideous. But to be fair, this is not an art competition. The other issue is the sheer number of routes does not lead itself to not every path being equally given attention. Some are better than others, and Guts' platform ladder combo leads itself to potential desync issues and makes certain areas more awkward than others. The stage feels like it's held together with duct tape, and it's easily possible to glitch through your main gimmick. You missed a few pits too, causing me to reset. As a result, so many issues you threw away your entire aesthetic and functional pit issue fixed post-judging. With the critic aside, the level itself was pretty damn awesome. Use the pre-existing graphical assets in creative ways. Graphics aside, the new gimmicks worked brilliantly. Fun times were had. I particularly liked how simple but effective the moving ladder is. Bosses had a few niggles here and there. Crusher Joe needed more of a tail for his main attack. I liked his second attack though. Propeller boss was pretty awkward to fight and glitched out on me, so he was skippable. I'm not sure this was your fault though. I really liked Big Telly though. The main robot master was pretty tough, pretty good though. Just align your sprites properly in the future. As an aside, props putting health bars on the mid bosses. All in all, consider it a win. Okay, I think I might try and do one additional level this video as well. Otherwise, it's just one stage per video. I'd like to avoid that where possible. I think I've done it in the past, but justifiably so. But yeah, if we can get one more level in this video, I think that would be nice. Ring Man. This tower is really impressive, although one has to wonder what's actually inside it. And yeah, well, there'll be a bit of a spoil. There'll be a bit of kind of a cliffhanger for next time, because yeah, we don't want to be going right. I don't think, at least anyway. I think we want to be going. In fact, I'm just going to check this very quickly. That one's score is 34.0. And that score is 34.0 as well. Okay, so they're both the same, but I figure the left one is probably the one we should be going to next. In fact, I'd have to test that. To test that out, I'd have to check the level numbering for this one and the one after it, which I'm not going to do. Let's just assume it's this one. 22nd place, Spoony Bardol, Aurora Man. Score 34.0, 39, 33, 35, 40, 23. So yeah, the giant puking guy over there is going to be a spoiler, or going to be a cliffhanger for next time. But yeah, we'll just try and see if we can get this level done. One energy element and one noble nickel. Okay, that's a castle wall, and I can't actually go that way. Fine. Had to check left though. This all looks rather nice. Sounds rather nice as well. Doesn't play very nice based on my. Well, the guy playing it's not doing very nicely, but oh well, that's more my issue. I'm going to say that seems suspicious up there for no reason. I assume there would have had to have been something in it. Yeah, let's see if we can maybe attack this enemy without getting whacked in the face myself this time. And maybe recruit my health as well. Nice. Yeah, let's get out of there. Don't fancy dealing with those. I hate those enemies from Mega Man 5. The quicker we can just get away from those, the better. Okay, the Mets, at the moment at least, seem to be the sort of... I knew I was going to scroll it back on the screen. The fire three pellet shots, one diagonally up, one diagonally down, and one horizontally. Whether they'll stay that way consistently through the stage remains to be seen, but that's how they're working at the moment. I feel like it's always good to try and keep track of how the Mets work in stages. Whether they spin and twirl and stay stationary and just sort of fire projectiles horizontally, whether they fly up or float or whatever. Because the Mets are going to be used, tend to be used quite a lot in levels. So yeah, knowing how they work is usually very helpful. I'm guessing that's the Aurora beam in the background that the level was referring to, or the title of the screen was referring to. Okay, fine. I'll use the invincibility frame of the crystal to get through that. I hope there aren't any more of those enemies over this pit, or this could be annoying. Okay, that wasn't so bad though. I thought that was going to be much more awkward than it looked. Fair enough. Not fair enough, although I got away with it. And also think we might be getting to our noble nickel. Well, that's going to be a hell of a thing to pull off. Okay, let's rush coil in the first instance. Use that momentum triple blade. And then use the wheel cutter to get up there. Okay, maybe this isn't the noble nickel. Maybe it is, I don't know. It is, cool. Good, don't have to go searching for that. And I figure I've maybe missed, like, probably one screen there. I'm not sure that's going to be worth showing off, frankly. Because it looks like it's obviously looped, we're back on the main path pretty quickly, so yeah, I don't imagine I'll show off the one screen I think I would have missed there by dropping down that pit. If there's anything phenomenal on that screen that I haven't shown off, then my sincere apologies, but I like this level so far. Yeah, the background and tile set and everything, and the music is all really nice. These platforms over spikes have actually proven to be quite interesting, actually, and not overly difficult to the point where I thought they were going to cause, a huge amount of trouble. I'm going to bypass this screen, or just bypass that bit, because I don't fancy mucking around with the wall cannon enemy there. But yeah, the platform sections over pits have surprised me, because I thought that would be they would be yeah, very awkward, and I would die a lot and have to resort to rush kit or super arrow or something. But so far, they've been all right. Okay, so was that. Fine. Okay, so I need to bother the tank, I don't think. No, I'm not full. And yeah, if that's a pit there, I don't fancy dealing with that anyway, thank you. Okay. So despite the fact there are a lot of enemies on the screen there, it's very doable without taking a mass amount of hits. I even killed the power muscler nice and quickly. Cool. Oh, we don't have a boss. Okay. Rainbow Man might have felt like a nice boss today. probably wasn't usable. But if it wasn't a dev kit one, I suppose he probably couldn't use that. But oh well. Yeah. No boss at the end was probably the main disappointment of that level. Actually, I really enjoyed that. The graphics and aesthetics looked really nice. The music was really nice. The platforming challenges were pretty good. The sort of the apprehension in me sort of crossing those areas with the pits over particularly the platforms that the red ones that obviously open up when you step on them, but they actually seem like they work out pretty nicely so that you can attack enemies. They were like, and where you sort of did have to where you actually probably did have to do that, there was like one platform underneath another one, so if you did fall through then you'd sort of land on another one and save yourself rather than having to time out the jumps perfectly, and I appreciate that as well. So it feels like there's apprehension, but actually, you can probably save yourself if you happen to mess up sort of the first jump. I don't think I did actually. I think I managed to time things out pretty nicely there. But there's a nice kind of safety net for the most part. I think with the second platform under the top platform to catch you if you do kind of miss the timing a bit. So yeah, no, overall I really like that stage. I think probably the boss there was probably my only major disappointment at that stage. Really nice level. There was a very good difficulty curve. There's some very interesting and surprisingly difficult setups dealing with the Shadow Man platforms. I love how they were used in tandem with the Crystal Joes. They represent nice rhythmy challenges. I think the one issue I really would have with the level is the two rooms where you drop down onto Shadow Man platforms. I didn't get killed by the rooms, but I feel like I got lucky. Yeah, me too. It's very easy for a player to be dropped down into spikes if they're not positioned exactly right, and it requires very quick reaction time to react to the fact that you're falling onto spikes as well as to immediately jump off the Shadow Man platform. Other than that, the level was pretty good, and I love the aesthetics. Very solid level overall. This level was meh. The graphics were nice, the raw effect could use some more work though, but there were some serious design flaws. A few sections dropped you into a room on top of platforms that open up underneath you while having to dodge enemy attacks. There wasn't really enough time to react without using the flash stopper. The rest of the level was pretty uneventful, although there were some nice platforming challenges with the red platforms. Very nice and simple level. Does a fairly good job at introducing all of its elements and looks really nice. I feel like the enemy placement in this stage occasionally gets rather wacky, with areas near the middle of the level being more challenging than setups toward the end, but the challenges themselves are nice and fun to play through. I feel like the level was in its design somewhat limited by its city theme, and that shaping the surrounding area based on design would have allowed for more creative segments overall. Still, fun level. Absolutely fantastic stage. Level design is rock solid. It was ultimately a very enjoyable experience. Not to mention the visuals look absolutely marvellous. I would have liked if the level had a boss, like the title suggests, but that's certainly no big deal, especially when we have a stage as good as this. Or from one extreme to the other, 40 to 23. But on the boss corridor, and a lack of rope master or any sort of climax at all. This was disappointing, especially with the level name. You really needed the boss. The main level issue with this level is it looked great, it sounded great, and that was it. There was so little interesting going on that it's overall quite forgettable. The fact that only one gimmick was used is also a real blow to the stage. There wasn't much creativity here. There was a lot there in the dev kit. Use it. The only real highlight of the stage was the naval nickel. One creative spot does not a creative stage make. The enemy selection was also all over the place with little cohesion, as if they were chosen at random at times. Very forgettable, not that fun, so I'm not terribly impressed. Sorry. But still, the level wasn't bad, just not terribly interesting. Okay. And yeah, I will leave it there. So it will actually end in the middle of a tier on with a specific endpoint. And yeah, apologies for the cliffhanger, but yeah, we'll find out what the puking readme. Presumably, it's a Spark. A little extra spoiler though. I don't know if that's meant to be his sprite or whatever, but yeah, it looks a little like it could be. So yeah. We'll find out what's going on in the next stage next time, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a level that takes quite so long as the first one in this did to get through. So yeah, I'll actually get to sign off in the middle of a tier for once. So yeah, hope you've been enjoying Tier 8, and we'll pick it up again next time. But until then, cheerio.